Even when it's stormy, we still find a way to give you a splash of sunshine on the most exciting breakfast television in the land. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. It's our Thursday edition of Wake Up Nigeria. It's a new day, endless possibilities and opportunities in sight. And if you're still sleeping, I will splash water on you now. Right?
You know, that's exactly what I did to my husband this morning.
What's up? You're wicked.
The guy refused to wake up.
Was it splash or sprinkle? Which one?
Like a sprinkle.
Sprinkle. But some put this splash. And they tend to go and take the foam outside. But hey, come on, right? We're just kidding. There's a whole lot of energy love here, and it gets better every day. Of course, someone who also makes this place,
of course, is our delectable Winfrey.
Good morning and wake up, Nigeria.
How are you doing, darling?
That's all. I'm great.
That's all. You will say more. You will say more. But hey, it's great to have you.
Yes,
my name is Mike Mesikeno.
And of course, I am Email Kocha. Remember, you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Our app is available to download Android or iOS. And of course, you can watch anywhere around the world. And you can interact with us on social media at TVC Connect across all social media platforms. Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
now
Thursday,
that we have done that, let's get to what we have for you today.
What we have today? Okay, we'll kick off with a book review. Ejire Alakude.
Aladuke.
Hey. By Kayode Simidele. Now, it's an intrepid and award-winning child specialist. We're going to be looking at this book, and of course, Winfrey will be taking a look at that. I'm looking forward to that one. Winfrey is preparing for this examination.
Oh, God. It's serious.
Those last few minutes.
I can't even understand.
When you were writing exams in school, those last few minutes, they seem like what you can get there.
Exactly.
To be honest, in my first years, I used to do that. But at the point, I realized,
it doesn't work.
There's no point.
They ask you what's your name, you forget your name.
But you know what was most amazing, or there's this set of particular students who don't study. You don't see them study. You never see them study. They're always outside of school. But the minute exam results are out, they're the ones on top. And then you're wondering.
Yesterday, incidentally, I was listening to a life coach, Sam Adeyemi. Dr. Sam Adeyemi, and it was amazing what he said. He said something about, the people tell that, okay, maybe early in the morning, wake up and read, or late at night. Say, look, find what works for you. Yeah, do you understand?
True.
Know when you are at your most productive and use that time well. For some people, it's late at night. There's people that will not read. And it's just, that's how life is. You will read all the read, you will still not get close to them.
I remember even during medical school, I remember we had this.
You went to medical school?
Yes, no, I did medicine for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there was a time where there was this particular exam that was supposed to take us to the next level that we're having. It was one of the most crucial exams of our lives. And I remember that when results came out, some people failed. Okay. And some of those people that failed were almost close committing suicide.
It happens in medical school. It does happen. Yes. I know that. I went to the point, and then when people get to their first MD,
I mean, I remember one particular colleague, classmate then, he went to the topmost building.
Wow.
Hey.
He almost fell off.
Wow,
hey.
That's crazy.
It was really
when the results came out.
Yeah, when the results came out.
About law school, people used to run mad, like as we are reading. For our final bar exams,
it shouldn't
like
be
literally, you'd be re-studying everybody, everywhere.
It shouldn't
quiet.
be so. It shouldn't be so.
Someone would just literally start screaming. I'm not even joking. I went to Bielsa campus, and I remember it was chaotic that night. The guy literally ran out of class, and people were
But do you think that there's an easier way for us to learn?
There should be. But law and medicine, those courses, what they've done to people,
it's crazy.
Something should be done to those courses. Hey, but come on, let's check out the weather, and after that, we'll have the news.
You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for the news. Some youth organizations are engaging in major stakeholders ahead of the Anambra governorship election. During a visit to the State Commissioner of Police, the Votes Not Fight and Youth Against Electoral Violence group called for a free and fair election devoid of violence on his part. The Commissioner of Police expressed the command's readiness to deliver on its core mandate. He advised residents to ignore rumors and come out to exercise their franchise. The Federal Executive Council has approved a request.
There's going to be an election, and that we are going to provide adequate security for anybody who wants to exercise franchise on that particular day. That one I can assure you. We have the assets to do so. We have the boots to do so, whether here or the riverine areas. So everybody should be rest assured that there's going to be an election and that there's going to be security for everybody who wants to come out to vote. We'll advise them to come out to vote.
Commissioner of Police Echeng, and he gave full assurances that the police will be deploying personnel to the nooks and crannies of Anambra State to provide security for election observers, voters, and everybody working in the electoral process.
People are now generating hope. They are feeding themselves with good information that police has established that it will be peaceful. So I'm hopeful that the election will come peaceful and nothing will happen to the people.
I want to say to our young people, election no be war, right? Vote and not fight. Because if you kill yourself, the politician will remain. Your mother, your father that have trained you over years will be the one that will lose. So do not fight, only vote.
The Federal Executive Council has approved the request of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to deploy tax resources for the construction of 21 roads across the country. The federal government believes this will put an end to issues of financing road construction that often prolongs the execution of construction contracts in the country. The Federal Executive Council also approved the request of the Ministry of Power for the procurement and supply of 2 transformers to the Transmission Company of Nigeria. The World Bank has suspended its aid to Sudan after the military that staged a coup against the civilian government. The African Union has also suspended Sudan from the bloc over the unconstitutional seizure of power. The World Bank and AU moves puts further pressure on the coup's leader, General Abdel Fattah Burhan, to reinstate the civilian government. Sudan's civilian and military leaders had been in a fragile power-sharing agreement for the past 2 years. General Burhan was in charge of the power-sharing agreement and has said the coup was needed to aid civil war, to avoid civil war.
Well, thank you for staying with us. It's time for What's Up and About. And the ladies are here. We're going to try and see how we'll go through 3 topics as fast as we can. Okay, so we'll kick off first of all with double standards. Cross was here yesterday, by the way, on E-Splash. And first of all, he was here too soon after his mistake.
Too soon?
Yes, now the mistake happened the day before the next day.
He was right on time.
Right on time, exactly. Yeah? Okay.
Very strategic.
Very, very.
So the issue now, the talk online is about double standards. If it was a woman, would she have, in quote, gone off so? Because there's actually hardly any, nobody's really saying anything per se. Because the mistake is it's gone. If it was a woman, a lot of ladies are saying if it was a woman, it would have been a different case.
That's why we're where we are now, fighting for woman empowerment, fighting for equality up and down. Do you understand? Because it's normal. It's like the society we're in is patriarchal. So it's just normal that things like that happen. And I think also it's because of the kind of person Cross is, right? When the thing came up, he was literally very, very lighthearted about it. And I remember seeing different comments of people asking him, okay, was it intentional? Because it kind of seemed pretty strategic, right? And also the statement from his manager didn't necessarily help the situation, because she was like, okay, she was like, things that people do to get, she was just basically saying that it may or may not have been a mistake, but it's okay.
Well, you saw that video, right?
Yes, I did. Actually.
Oh, wow.
I did. And, well, we'll just take his word for it. If he says it was a mistake, then it was a mistake. But the truth is...
what kind of mistake is that?
Like you asked, if it was a woman, would she get away with it? It's the same. Let's relate it to the Tiwa Savage debacle. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Nobody called out the guy who took the video.
True.
Everybody
a few people
actually attacked Tiwa Savage. And we live in a society that would always throw stones
at the woman,
not the man. We live in a patriarchal society. Men rule the world, regardless of the evolving or the evolution that is happening around the world, where women are taking center stage, where women are being celebrated, where women are being recognized, where women are being, you know, given opportunities to thrive, you know, in different areas, in all areas of life. Because we're in Africa, a woman will always be relegated, even though we are still, you know, on that journey. You know, we are still aiming for that, you know, for you know, that empowerment. We're aiming for freedom. Yes, a liberal society where we can do whatever it is that we want and not be castigated for it.
I can't say I understand what women go through in this, but then that's why I would support
You know,
the fight.
it actually reminds me, yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I decided to take a walk because I felt like I hadn't exercised in a while. So I took a long walk to my daughter's school, Elsie's school, because I needed to do a few things. So I said, okay, let me walk to her school. And for a minute, while I was taking that walk, I saw there were groups of men, you know, in different corners, you know, and they were looking at me. And for a minute, no, I'm going somewhere. For a minute, I didn't feel admiration.
Okay.
I felt fear.
Okay.
Wow. About what time was this?
It was early in the day.
Okay.
But we've heard sinister things that happen to women at odd. Not just, it doesn't even have to be the odd hour of the day, but even at different time of the day. We've seen women go into the marketplace and they're being sexually harassed, whether they're being covered up or not. So it goes beyond just, you know, coming out and being, and you know, being stripping naked and Cross is fine. He can do whatever it is that he wants. He's a man. He can get away with it.
On this note, I would identify with a feminist gang on this particular level to give women or to allow women be themselves and, you know, have as much as possible to be as equal as they can. Because, yes, like you said, it's a man, and we've seen it in this case, it didn't get that much, you know, that much push as if it would be a woman. Well, still on the BBN housemates and all of that, the former BBN housemate, Omashola. And, you know, we started this morning talking about mental health and you know, medical school, law school, both of you really had it in for you, yeah? Omashola put up a post, and this is what we talk about at different times. Mental health is a big issue. We talk about if you need help, call, cry out, which he did on social media. But the problem is that after he did that, it is reported that his peers or his friends has reached out to him and his phone has been switched off.
He's been unreachable.
You understand? He's been unreachable. And then a video comes up of him in rags on the street. And so even I myself am wondering, is this a skit or is he real about this?
Definitely like a skit, because if you notice, he had lost a lot of weight and the clothes were not necessarily something that you say, okay, fine, it was torn for like this particular purpose, right? When I looked at the picture, I mean, because even right beside the video I saw, there was a picture of him. He was way more chubbier, but like this time he was literally just on the floor and he wasn't necessarily, he wasn't looking good.
He wasn't looking good.
He wasn't looking, so, he was actually, he wasn't.
So IK or Big Brother posted the video, and then people came after him. But look, hey, come on, why?
Why are you reaching out to him?
And he said, I tried, but his number has been
I think the phone call is not enough. I don't know how close they were. Exactly.
Right?
I mean, before he got to that state, is it that nobody was around him at all? So that I think that was it for me.
What do you
Must everything be on social media?
Okay, but you see, there's something what happens.
Must everything be on social media?
Maybe it's the last thing they can do
it's
to
the
try
last
to reach out. Last resort.
You think so, Mike?
Maybe. You
Mike,
don't know,
if you're
not in the situation.
if you are depressed.
Okay, me, Omashola putting it on social media.
IK, Omashola, all of them. Mike, wait. So Omashola, I'm not blaming Omashola. I'm not calling out Omashola here.
Yeah.
He's the depressed person.
Yeah.
Like I always say, you don't tell people how to express their pain or their emotions. However they want to, that's fine. They're the ones dealing with it. Now I am talking about IK
putting up the video.
Exactly. If you're going through a mental depression or you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, my last resort is social media, because I'm not even sure that you want that information on that platform. Is that a way to help you?
Okay, so
This is someone that is saying that in his statements, I mean, Omashola's statements.
Prior to the video.
Yes, prior to the video, something that he stated that I noted there. He said he is lonely in a world filled with people.
So that means that people are around him.
But they cannot even help him. And then you're just making, you're compounding the situation.
So this is, you feel that this is compounding the situation?
Yes, of course. I feel if nothing, I don't think I will see a picture of my friend or a video of my friend looking that way. And I'll post it on social media. If it's not outrightly a skit that we're trying to push, and I'll post it on social media. And in it saying, oh, I'm not sure what's happening with you. We tried to reach you. Call me. If that is seriously him in a situation, I don't say, is he on social media? He will recall me. Like, why? That is just my thinking. I don't think, I think if anything, I'll try to cover the video and be, do you understand?
Try to protect his image.
Exactly. Then putting it out there.
Putting it out there. I mean, like, for him to have gotten to that point, I mean, for you to get to a breaking point, it means that your ability to cope with stress has completely broken down.
So you're saying that
now,
he has not expended all his options. You don't think that they, his friends or IQ or whoever, they've expended all their options to try to get to him.
Nope. And
because he's saying that it was or it is a last resort.
I was going through the comment section. Someone in the comments actually said that, that the last they heard of him, whether he was an essay or something like that. So, like, that's the thing. So, I mean, from posting that video, a lot of information is now coming up and all of that. But then again, I think if there are his friends, they should know at least a family member or something that can attest to his whereabouts. What about his manager? That's just the truth. It's just weird because I know there are certain housemates that were close to him then.
So I feel like this is still unfolding. So we'll probably get more information and get probably to the root of it. But then I would say that whenever it comes to mental health and depression, please cry out.
Cry out. And then I would also advise that you please seek help immediately. If there's anyone around you who's feeling sad, who you think is just out of place, reach out to them. It's not too much, guys. It's not too much.
Sometimes it's just hunger.
Stop feed.
Give them food. Those around you.
Stop feed.
But hey, come on. That's it on What's Up and About. We'll take this time out now. There's still a lot more. Show's just starting. Stay with us.
And welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria, guys. With me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Shibio. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Thank you. Apparently, you actually wanted to match my style this morning, but hey, darling. Anyways, how are you?
Fine.
What are you making for us today?
Garlic egg sauce.
And plantain.
And plantain.
So are you frying this plantain?
No, you're boiling it.
You're cooking it. Ooh. I'm already in love with today's breakfast.
Even myself,
I love garlic egg sauce. Now let's talk about the ingredients for garlic egg sauce.
This is our bell pepper to garnish it as usual. You know what this pepper does?
Funny looking cutters.
No, not today.
Not today.
And this is our fish.
Okay. Oh,
Titus precisely boiled.
Okay.
Our
sausages,
spice, our chicken. This is our mixed pepper.
Okay.
This is garlic egg. After boiling, I blended it. Look at the outcome of it.
Okay.
So the main menu for today is just the sauce.
Just sauce. Because everyone can practically cook or boil plantains. They're plantains to just boil. I mean, there's no like special way of boiling or cooking your plantains. But the garden egg sauce is actually what's going to, take the shine today. But hey, what are you doing with the fish?
I am going to match it.
Okay, I see bones there. Are you going to debone them?
I'm going to debone them.
All right, great. So this garden egg sauce actually comes with a twist because, I mean, you're using sausages, chicken, fish, and you have different colors of bell peppers there.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow.
Yes, sir.
Shebiotimo, what did you have in mind for us today?
Just watch out. Make sure you don't leave your seat.
You have heard Shebiotimo.
Because
you now
it's going to pepper.
She intends to pepper us this morning. Now let's talk about the process for our garden egg sauce.
That's why I'm trying to match this.
Okay, so once you're done with matching
I'll put it in the
hot oil.
In the hot oil.
Okay, that's palm oil. That's cooking already. And then what's next?
I am going to...
Are we frying that?
Yes, I am going to fry it.
So I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to get all that flavor from the fish
into
the oil,
into the oil, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to fry it a little.
Okay.
After frying it, I'm putting my
Blended pepper?
Yes, mixed pepper.
Okay, and then when that's done, what's next?
Then I'll cut all my cuttables. This is coming last.
Okay.
Because it's already boiled.
Boiled, yeah.
So it's
you
coming
don't
last.
Overcook it.
I don't want to overcook it because
all right.
you know, garden egg is so healthy.
Yes, it is. I was getting to
cancer,
that actually. Yes, it actually has
vitamin
amazing health
B,
benefits.
yeah. It has so many.
Ooh,
and
wow,
it's so affordable.
Shabiatima came to me this morning. She didn't just come to cook for you. She also came to educate you, which is one of the amazing things that you see here on Wake Up Nigeria. We have chefs who come and teach you how to cook delicious, beautiful looking delicacies, and then also educate you as well. And then we also have kitchen hacks for you that you can, you know, pick up on. Yes, so on your screen right there are the ingredients, people, for our garden egg sauce. We have our garden egg.
It's so affordable. You can
have
use
our pepper mix. I just want to run through the ingredients once more, so go ahead, please.
Okay.
Run through the ingredients once more.
Okay, we have our pepper mix, our fish, the bell pepper, sausage roll, then our spice, chicken and the garden egg, then our plantain.
Yeah, so you really don't have to make this recipe the same way. So you can use fish. I always use fish for my garden egg sauce.
Yeah, good to go.
Yeah, so you can, you know, like I always say, whenever you're in the kitchen, when it comes to food, allow your imaginations run wild.
I finished matching
have fun. Be goofy when it comes to food. I mean, who says you can cook and have fun alongside? Anyway, so I see that
cooking is creativity.
Yes, it is. I see that our mashed fish is getting ready.
Getting ready. So I'm putting this.
That aroma coming from the fish and the palm oil. Wow, it's taking over the whole studio, guys. Like, this is one recipe that I would like you to try. And if you do, send us a video, pictures on all our social media platforms. And you can as well also tag Shabiotimo at Supertongue Foods, right?
Supertongue_concept.
Okay, so Laya, you heard it. So you can also tag her as well and let her know that, ooh, Shabiotimo. So on Thursday, I watched your recipe on the show and I decided to try it, and here it is. Would like to, you know, see your own version of our garden egg sauce. And the amazing thing about garden egg sauce is you can always use it with anything. You can use it with rice, right?
Rice, yam, potato. Just name it.
Yeah.
It just depends on you. And it's so affordable.
And it is actually very affordable. Yes, garden eggs are very affordable. I remember the last time I tried to make garden egg sauce, and then the garden eggs, I purchased 200 naira garden egg. You need to see how much it was.
You have even gotten so much.
Right? Even with 100 naira, you can get as much garden eggs, you know, as for a whole family, guys. I'm serious. And I think pepper and tomatoes is very affordable now in the market, right?
You cannot, yes, just your pepper too, just to make it more spicy.
Yeah, just to give it a little more taste. But you don't really need to use, you know, blended pepper, right? Once you have your oil fried, you can just put in your garden egg.
You have to use pepper.
Yeah.
But you can go as well as using this blended powdered pepper. Just to spice it up.
Okay, just to give it a little bit of spice, right? Yes. Great. Look at that, people. See what's happening over there. That tomato pepper mix with the fish looking really nice. I mean, that's a meal on its own. Then you now add garden egg again to it. Yummy. For those of us who are on a diet, I'm saying us because there are days I'm on a diet and there are days where I want to eat. Because, hey, I mean, it's food.
You love food.
I love food, yes. I'm very unapologetic about it. I am a butterfly foodie. Yes, I am. Anyways, I see that you just put in our sausages. So what's going in next?
I'm putting this, our chicken, turkey precisely.
Shabiotimo, this is a combination of too many flavors. You can imagine.
You know what I mean? I want to spoil you. Today is the spoiling day.
Oh, I feel so loved. Thank you. This feels like a beautiful marriage here, happening just right here. You have chicken in there, you have fish, you have sausages. guys, like, and imagine all of those seasonings that Chibotimo used in the fish, the sausage, the chicken, all going in together. You don't even have to do so much already. Like, you can already get the taste from the sauce already. Yes. So things happening pretty nicely here. Breakfast is getting ready. Super excited about this. Can't wait for you to see it. But for now, we have to head over to the couch with Winfrey.
Okay, now we're being joined by Mr. Segun Odebode, who is an instructor at Lush Hair Academy. He's here to tell us a little bit about Lush Academy. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning, thanks for having me this morning.
I mean, it's a pleasure having you here. So now tell me, I never knew Lush actually had an academy. So now tell me a little bit about the academy.
Lush Hair Academy has actually been existing for like 9 months now.
Okay.
To be precise, it was being launched February 2021.
Yeah.
Our mission is actually to produce a student actually going to stand world class.
Okay.
To in such a way that it's going to withstand world class hairstylist.
Okay.
Also to connect them to the market, and also to enable them to be able to dominate the hair industry.
Okay, that's great. So how many batches has the academy produced?
We've been able to graduate 2 batches.
Okay.
Whereby we've been having a good feedback regarding how the students are doing.
Okay.
Today, during their graduation, saying they started making money.
Oh, really?
You know, doing few weeks of training they just had. And those ones that could not even braid right from time, they were being confident enough to be able to braid. Okay. And that's so amazing. That's a good feedback so
That's
far.
really good. I mean, how exactly are the students for the academy, how are they selected?
They be selected because you need to be, you know, very, aside from the secondary school level, at least you should be able to read and write before you be selected.
Okay. So what's the next batch? When is the next batch?
Yeah, the next batch is going to kickstart during November 1st, 2021.
Okay. And how long is the training period for?
Training period we actually hold for like 4 months.
Okay.
We actually categorize them. We have intermediate and we have beginners. The intermediate we have in their class Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
While the beginners we have in their class Wednesday and to Friday.
Wednesdays to Fridays. Okay, let me talk about you particularly. How long have you been in the hairstyling business for?
Yeah, I've been an hairstylist over a decade ago.
Oh, nice.
Like over a decade.
Wow, nice. And have you always been at Lush Hair, or you had some prior experiences?
I have a prior experience before.
When did you join Lush?
Joined them this year.
This year? Oh, nice, great. And you actually happen to be an instructor. So what is the experience like for you training these students?
Yeah, my experience so far, because I've been in this profession for a longer period of time, like over a decade, whereby I actually love beautifying people because of their hair. And also, I love trying to beautify them based on what they have as their hair.
Okay.
So that I assist them in terms of beautifying them.
Okay, so now tell me exactly, what are the courses at the academy like?
Yeah, we actually have, because our courses, our curriculum actually has a weight, whereby we're going to impart all our students as for them to be able to become a satisfied hairstylist.
Okay.
Yes, sir. If I could tell you more of our courses, we're going to ensure that we prepare our students as to know what professional hairstylist career is all about.
Okay.
Whereby we're going to teach them professional development.
Okay.
I actually talk about being committed consistently concerning the being an hairstylist, because we're going to let them know what we call trichology. Trichology, that's the study of hair.
Of hair, okay, like different hair types.
Exactly.
Natural.
Where you can do hair analysis.
Okay.
To be able to identify common hair condition and common scalp condition.
Wow.
We also have what we call dry hair and wet hair. Wet hair, I mean, while you can do shampooing with scalp manipulation. Such a way that going to become a certified hairstylist in such a way that you'll be able to do washing and deep conditioning properly. And also you'll be able to style hair and manage people's hair, not to damage
the hair. I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense because, to be very honest, growing up all along, I never knew like there were academies where people could actually go to, because I know, to be honest, people literally just wake up in the morning and just say, you know what, I'm going to start a salon today, and they actually go and do that. But it's amazing to know that there are actually people, I mean, putting out their time and effort into training professionals in the hair making business. I think that's really great. So now let's play a quick game, okay? I'm sure you're well versatile with your product.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some Lush hair products, and you're going to tell me what hairstyles those hair products can actually make. Okay, so let's start with the Nini Fro.
Yeah, Nini Fro is actually hair where you can use to achieve kinky twist.
Okay.
You can also use it to achieve gel packing, ponytail. You can also use it to achieve a bridal hairstyle.
All right, awesome. Now, Rena Twist.
Rena Twist actually comes in form of crochet, whereby when you install Rena Twist, you can style the hair anyhow you want it.
Okay, what of Kinky Royale?
Yeah, Kinky Royale comes in the form of wave-on, whereby you can also use it to do a packing gel, and also use it to do like center parting and half parting.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us. And of course, we know we have the braids. You know, I mean, Lush, you guys have a whole range of products, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you for joining us today. We have to go on a quick break right now. And when we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues.
All right, welcome back. Yes, I am. That's what happens when you're beside good food.
Good food, good food, good
you know
food.
What they say? I know they say music is the food to the soul, but I also believe that food is the food to the soul. Without food, to the mat. Okay, anyways, welcome back to the kitchen. This is Chef Shibiotimo, and this morning she's making boiled plantains with garden egg sauce. Shibiotimo, let's talk about the ingredients and where we're at right now.
Yes, our mixed pepper, fish, sausage, our turkey. Now, our bell pepper.
So in here, what do we have here?
We have bell pepper, onions, the red, the green, the orange. So I'm pouring it.
All right. So we need to explain what's happening right now in the pot there. And see that you fried palm oil.
Yes, I fried it with palm oil.
And then after frying it,
then I poured the fish.
You forgot to tell us what happened to the fish. You did something to the fish.
I mashed it.
Okay, great. And
I
then?
mashed it. Then I tried to fry it a little.
Okay.
After that, I pour my mixed pepper.
Okay.
The tomato, the rodo, the onions, everything. Blend it together. I mix it together.
Okay.
My sausage.
When next?
Just depend on how you can go about it. You can put as many 7 life of anything inside this one. It's called LMG.
7 life.
But now, our mixed pepper, our bell pepper.
Yes, I see that our bell peppers, we have yellow, green, and red bell peppers. We also have the orange one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good to basically add that. There's a certain kind of juiciness bell peppers actually have. So when you add it to your meal, it just, sums it up.
When you are eating, like you are dancing for food. It's not because of the food, just because of the presentation, the aroma, the
sweet. Anyways, we have to head over to the couch now for book review with Winfrey.
And I'm still right here on the couch, and it's time for our book review titled Ejire Aladuke by Dr. Kayode Simidele. Of course, he's an award-winning child specialist. This is his piece. Is an epic story of a priestess and a king seen in a countryside ruled by Oba Ademidolapo, a king with 7 queens whose love for Osumare hairdo is unparalleled. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. I was warned that if I ruin the name of this book, I'll be in serious trouble. I hope I killed it.
You did it very well. Thank you for having me so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Now tell me, I started this book yesterday. I've not been able to go and finish it. But then again, what I noticed from the first page was the use of imagery and how poetic it actually is. And you happen to be a doctor. So now tell me, how did you get so I mean, so much into literature? How did you get so great at it?
Thank you so much. Like I said, being a doctor, I read medicine. And medicine, when you read, it takes you time to reflect and reflect and reflect. And with time, you get poetic if you are a deeper thinker.
Okay.
So over time, I learned to, whatever I read, to reproduce in my mind. And that applies to reading a lot of other literature. I love reading literature anyway.
Okay.
But it was medicine that actually made me to be more reflective.
More reflective,
Yes.
right? That actually makes sense because I actually have a brother who is a doctor and he's also very, very poetic. Yes. I mean, with things that he does around. But anyways, we're not here to talk about my brother. Okay, so now tell me, I love the fact, first of all, that this book is set in ancient, like, culture. Right? I know this is a story, the general story of this is something I've come across before going through literature, because I actually studied literature back in school also. So now tell me, what took you back to that place and why did you decide to go on this particular journey with this story?
So as a consultant pediatrician, I see children most of the time in the clinic and realize that most of them, even with their local name, they can't pronounce it.
True.
They don't know the name of their local names.
Yes.
And when you have their parents, they say, we can't help it. And I'm like, how old am I? I grew up with the grandmother, with my mom, and I can speak. So there's a paradigm shift in our African values.
Very true.
And if we are not careful enough, we're going to lose our roots. Our roots are identity. I believe that if we could start telling this story to our children, it will help us. Like this book has a lot of folklore songs too. And like you said, it actually transcends from the period of antiquity, 1940s, even to Lagos 2010. So there are two different things in the story. There's the village or the kingdom part, and there's the city part 50 years after. There's a lot of stories, but importantly, the inspiration were because we don't want the paradigm shift in African values to continue. Two, there's a way of educating people on complex issues. There's a couple there with infertility. And it's a big problem now. And because we need to talk about it, educating and entertaining people. Besides that, there's also a condition called endometriosis. It happens in
I was going to actually mention that.
In female patients. And it's in a way where the uterine line, what lines the womb and the woman, in the woman is found outside the womb. Now, you give them the difficult, what we call painful menses, very painful menses that they may need to be admitted. Then when they get married, they have painful sex and dyspareunia. And some of them can become infertile. Now, where does this take us is that people get to stigmatize infertile couples. Most of the time, it's not their fault. So how do we give this message without really making people to be irritated or choked? So you won't understand where you're going to until you finish the book and you're like, wow. And the last thing I'll talk about in the book is aviation safety. One of my mentors is late Professor Pius Adesomi. We lost in the plane crash, and that also took me to the aviation world. And lastly, there's the concept of Olodumare in the African culture. And the book tells us that Olodumare transcends religion. It can speak to the Christians, speak to the Muslims, speak to the Ifa worshippers. So that religion should not define our friendship, because God is more than religion to us. So those are the concepts in the book.
Yes, and it actually makes a whole lot of sense, because, I mean, it's not only about writing a story people can understand and I know connect to. It's also about passing very relevant information. So now let's talk about the book itself, the story. Let's leave the message. Talk about the story. Tell me, what was the inspiration for the story?
Okay, so first, because I grew up with my grandmother, I visited them my mother really, but I visited my grandmother in the village. She's a cocoa farmer. She's late now. I saw a lot of things there. But besides that, I saw the pain that women with infertility go through, with endometriosis go through. And so I was inspired to start writing about it. Basically, the story takes us back to the African time, where there was a situation, there was an offender. But the other offender was not found. And so they punished only one offender. So in the same way where you have two offenders or more, and you are punishing only one person because you couldn't find the other person, it begs to talk about.
Very true.
Besides that, it talks about why we should not keep quiet in situations like our aviation safety is very important. In the crashes that we have had before, there are reasons to be concerned, but we kept quiet until we lost our very dear people. So we need to actually make people say, we must talk when it's time to talk, and we must be involved in most of the things that we do so that things can be better. But the drama and the richness in terms of culture in the UK cannot be missed. Some of my friends are talking about having a moving picture, but now it's an audio book already.
Okay.
So by next week, it will be played on the outlets, media outlets, like
wow,
replay.
I'm totally looking forward to that, guys. You definitely need to get this and go through. It is really, really rich. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being here with us.
Thank you.
And right now we have to go on a quick break. And when we come back, you know, Wake Up Nigeria continues.
I usually don't do this, but let me advise you. If you are watching this show right now, the next 45 minutes is not something that you want to miss.
What don't you usually do? You don't usually give advice or what?
I don't give advice. I've never seen advice you before.
You have.
I've advised you before.
But hey, come on. Of course, you better take that advice because we have what we in store for you, a roller coaster ride. Now, welcome to the second lap of everything good, delicious, and ravishing on the show.
Yes, and talking about ravishing, Winfrey.
Winfrey is not the focus there now.
Right, it's the focus.
I'm always the focus, always and always. But now, right now, we have some ravishing, steaming hot, delicious Gadi egg sauce. And of course, our chef is ready to show us. I mean, I can see some sausages in there.
I'm flashing.
Of course, you're flashing it. Keep flashing.
All right. Looking forward to how that will be when they get done. Okay, let's get straight to what we have left. Mike Mesakeno is my name.
And of course, I am Emil Koche. Do not forget that you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
On social media, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC to send in your comments and also download our app on the iOS store and the Android Play Store to have unlimited access to all our shows. We'll kick off the second lap with a musical performance. Afrofusion rising star J Blue will be here to perform. Thank you for staying with us. Now, on Monday, we had a story about Alec Baldwin.
I think that was last week.
Okay, that was who accidentally killed someone on set. It was an accident. It was a prop that had a live round in it. Now, as investigations are ongoing, the assistant director, it has now been found that the assistant director that handed that gun to him he had been fired from a previous set because a live round went off on set that was supposed to be managed by him.
And he was the one that gave it to the actor.
And normally in that kind of situation, when you give a gun, and what applies is that when you give a gun that is real and there are no live rounds, you shout cold gun. When you say cold gun, you say it out. You know, like how they slit. You know, when you slit and all of that. Exactly. So you say cold gun, and then you hand the firearm to the person, which he did.
He did that.
He said cold gun.
That means it was intentional.
He said cold gun and handed the firearm to Alec Baldwin.
Wow.
And then he took. So there was a precedent, and there are some things that are so serious that you don't give second chances. And look, I mean, there are some very serious things.
I mean, somebody died,
I believe in second chances, but there are some kind of things you don't.
But then again, it was the first time. Maybe the person employing them next time, maybe it was really good at his job, right? And maybe the person employing them next time probably, it was an accident. I'm sure that's probably what it was passed off at. Because if you remember, when we delivered the story last week, it was accidental. Until now, they were not hearing that.
It's still accidental, yes, but the person that handed... So my point is either that person, if the person was going to be employed again, the person should have some sort of a supervision.
Yes, he should. And I also believe that there are investigations that are still ongoing regarding this matter because he also needs to be checked. They need to find out if he was under any influence. That's very important because if there is a precedent already, like you said, he needs to be supervised. He needs to be monitored in a case where he's given another chance. So investigations are still ongoing. They need to, find out if he was under any influence at the time when this happened.
And you see, this has gone on. So because of Alec Baldwin has always been... he portrays Trump a lot on SNL Live. He has been his anti-Trump.
Yeah.
And then there was very disgusting behavior from Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., who is even a much more sillier person than his father. He comes up and says, he puts up a shirt that says, guns don't kill people. Alec Baldwin kills people.
Wow.
I'm telling you, extremely disgusting behavior.
Petty.
That's not petty.
Inherited pettiness.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting and silly behavior.
Terrible.
And then also Candace Owens, although she's apologized for that, who also, so people who are pro-Trump use this as fuel.
So they also need to, I know we need to go quickly, but then they also need to check on Alec Baldwin, because you can imagine the kind of emotional and mental state he'll be in.
He'll be in at this point.
Yeah. But we have to go quickly now. Let's take the weather.
You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for the news. Some youth organizations are engaging major stakeholders ahead of the Anambra governorship election. During a visit to the State Commissioner of Police, the Vote Not Fight and Youth Against Electoral Violence group called for a free and fair election devoid of violence. On his part, the Commissioner of Police expressed the command's readiness to deliver on its core mandate. He advised residents to ignore rumors and come out to exercise their franchise. Pause.
And that we are going to provide adequate security for anybody who wants to exercise his franchise on that particular day. That one I can assure you. We have the assets to do so. We have the boots to do so, whether here or the riverine areas. So everybody should be rest assured that there's going to be an election and that there's going to be security for everybody who wants to come out to vote. We'll advise them to come out to vote.
Commissioner of Police Echeng, and he gave full assurances that the police will be deploying personnel to the nooks and crannies of Anambra State to provide security for election observers, voters, and everybody working in the electoral process.
People are now generating hope. They are feeding themselves with good information that police has established that it will be peaceful. So I'm hopeful that the election will come peaceful and nothing will happen to the people.
I want to say to our young people, election no be war, right? Vote and not fight. Because if you kill yourself, the politician will remain. Your mother, your father that have trained you over years will be the one that will lose. So do not fight, only vote.
The Federal Executive Council has approved the request of the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation to deploy tax resources for the construction of 21 roads across the country. The federal government believes this will put an end to issues of financing road constructions that often prolongs the execution of construction contracts in the country. The Federal Executive Council also approved the request of the Ministry of Power for the procurement and supply of 2 transformers to the Transmission Company of Nigeria. And outside Nigeria, the World Bank has suspended its aid to Sudan after the military there staged a coup against the civilian government. The African Union has also suspended Sudan from the bloc over the unconstitutional seizure of power. The World Bank and AU moves put further pressure on the coup's leader, General Abdel Fattah Burhan, to reinstate the civilian government. Sudan's civilian and military leaders had been in a fragile power-sharing agreement for the past 2 years. General Burhan was in charge of the power-sharing agreement and has said the coup was needed to avoid civil war. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and right here with me is my last guest on the couch today, and his name is, you just saw him perform, Okpanefe Ovie, also known as J Blue. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay, so you were explaining the intricacies of your name, right? So your actual name is Ovie Okpanefe.
Yeah, Okpanefe Joshua Ovie.
Oh, Okpanefe Joshua Ovie. And then your stage name is J Blue Ovie. So it's together. I will flog Mike for taking out Ovie. So how are you doing today?
I feel good.
Okay, so now we're talking about your song, actually. Yeah. And you spoke about how you've actually never been to Ghana. However, you have a song that has like Odo in it. Okay, so what is your love for Ghana and where did it come from?
Growing up, I had a couple of Ghanaian friends, you know. So I fell in love with the language whenever I heard them speak it with their parents. You understand? So when I was making Odo, I heard the beat first. You know, I caught a vibe in my head. So I was just scanning my brain for any language that I can speak that would make sense on the song. You know, thought about Yoruba and a couple of other languages, but it wasn't making sense. So I just thought about Twi, and I couldn't speak it, so I just had to go straight to YouTube. You know, that was where I had to learn the language that I used in making the song. Okay, awesome. Yeah.
So now tell me about your musical journey so far. When did you start? How did you find music, or did music find you?
I think I'd say music found me because growing up as a child, my siblings can testify to it. I mean, I was always singing about everything. I can sing about the sky, sing about food, sing about my classmates and their names and stuff. You know, it was a joke at first, you know, but I decided to take
Can you sing about me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah,
I can do it.
Let's hear. You want to
so,
enjoy some lines.
like right now?
Right now.
Okay. Baby, you fine, though.
Ooh.
It's your behind, though. The way you whine, though. You put my mind, though. Girl, I know if you stay focused again, now. I know if you stay focused because, see, I like your face and I like your dress. I like your makeup. Baby, no stress. I like the way where you they swing your hands, baby. You blow my mind, say you they blow my mind.
All right, all righty. Thank you. Okay, so now we're having a conversation before I came on the couch, and we're talking about how a lot of artists, upcoming artists in Nigeria actually go in singing about girls and your body this, your body that, your this one that, as you just did. So now tell me, what is it? Right? Why is that the route normally or usually?
I think basically the way artists are designed is we sing about things that are around us. I mean, you have to make music from the things you see, things you feel, things you experience.
So you say look around a lot of women?
No. I've made songs about the situations of the country.
Okay.
I've made songs about different things, you know, so you can get inspired by anything. You just asked me to sing about you. So I have to look at you, think about you, and then sing about you.
Think about
that's the way
me.
it works.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so now how many songs do you have out? Are you working on something? Should we be expecting anything soon?
I just dropped my EP. It's titled From Blue to You.
From Blue to You.
Yeah, like I think it's the best EP out of Africa right now, you know, because,
I like that bragging, right?
Yeah, man, like I'm really, really, really proud of that body of work, you know.
Okay.
So my EP is doing really good. I just put it out, so working on putting out a video for Odo, which happens to be like the lead single from the EP.
Oh, nice.
Right now.
Okay, do we have any collaborations on the EP?
On the EP, yeah. I featured Tari. She's a very great singer.
Okay.
You know, so everybody should just check her out. Like, she murdered the track I featured her on. That's track 4.
Nice.
Tell me. So, yeah.
Okay.
So the EP out, a video coming soon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I look forward to having Wizkid on the remix of Odo.
Nice. You look forward to it, right?
Yeah,
you like
Wizkid so much, man.
So he's an inspiration to you?
Big inspiration.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for your amazing performance and, of course, talking to me on the couch. Right now, we have something special for you. I mean, we're cooking all day just for you. So you need to definitely try out what we have, all right? Are you a fan of plantain?
Yeah, sure, I do.
Adding egg, I mean, you're from the Delta now.
It's really healthy.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go there. Pick your up.
Okay, come on here, J Blue, and have a seat. Yes.
Right.
And welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you.
And yes, this is Chef Shibiot Seymour. And this morning...
Good morning.
Yes. This morning, she's made for you plantain and garden egg sauce.
Sorry, it looks really
so,
tasty.
let's capture the essence of this meal, first of all, before we give it to J Blue. You know, for a minute, when she asked if you like plantain, I thought you were going to say no. And then I was going to ask you, who doesn't like plantain? Who doesn't? I mean, everyone should love plantain. So please go ahead and have a taste. Let us know what you think about the meal.
All right.
Yes, a lot of work, hard work.
Hard work.
Yes. Went into putting this together for you. And it's quite healthy. I don't know, are you a healthy buff?
It really is.
Buff?
I think it's really healthier when it's prepared this way.
Oh, yes, it is.
And when it's fried.
It is.
Because the nutrients and all will still be in it. So.
You know your stuff. You know your stuff. All right. So let us know what you think about the sauce.
Plantain is great.
Yeah. I mean, it's plantain. Like it?
The sauce is really, really good too.
Oh, nice, nice. Love it. It's all yours.
She's blushing.
Well done,
can I get the recipe to this?
Oh, yeah, sure. No problem. Why don't you share it?
I would like to be able to make this for myself.
Oh, nice.
Because I like to cook too.
Oh, okay. Cook. In that case, we should have you sometime on the show. Come and cook for us.
No problem.
Cook and sing.
While you're singing, you're cooking, putting all that together. But thank you so much, J Blue, for being here. Thank you, Shibiot Seymour. You have been a blessing. And, of course, you can also check out previous episodes of this recipe on our YouTube page at tvcentertainment.tv, guys. And before we wrap this up, we have Mike on the couch.
You blew up for now, so you can cook, eh?
Yeah.
So what day you have to prepare for us? What's your favorite meal? What would you want to cook for us?
I'm very good at making jollof rice. I make the best jollof rice in the world.
Wow. Brag for Africa.
Okay. We'll take you on that. Thank you so much for coming,
All right.
and of
Thank
course,
you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much, J Blue. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know same time, same station tomorrow. We'll be right here, so make sure you keep it locked.
Yes. Have a fantastic day.
It's game day tomorrow, by the way.
No, you gotta sing it.
It's game day.
No, you gotta
Game
sing
day. I'm
it.
not Titi now.
Sing it.
Game day.
Like a chord. Yeah, you got it. Have a fantastic day, people. Mwah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.